Hello, I'm Dan Toffee and welcome back to another brand new Fortnite video. Today I'm bringing you some big changes which have come to the rocket, found in the villain's lair over near Snobby Shores. I've talked about this in two videos previously, so if you haven't seen those ones, I definitely recommend going and checking them out, because we'll be talking about a lot of things which I mentioned in that video, so you want to know all the information about that before you watch this one. They'll be linked on cards in the top right hand corner of the screen now. But getting straight into it, you'll probably remember from my previous videos about the rocket. On the TVs all around the map, it was showing an image directing people towards the villain's lair over near Snobby Shores. This TV is now showing a countdown, and this is a really big deal because this countdown is most likely counting down to the launch of the rocket. So everywhere around the map you see these countdowns on all the TVs, and basically I think that's tied to when the rocket is going to launch. I've worked out that the countdown should end at 6:30 PM UK time on the 30th of June or tomorrow. So I don't actually know whether you have to be in the game at that time to see the rocket take off, or whether there'll be a time span over a few hours where you can see it take off at a certain point in your game. But I would definitely recommend trying to be in the game at that time, because something pretty big should be happening in the map. Another thing that's changed is that if you go to the rocket, you will have seen that it's changed completely. It's been modified in loads of different ways, and this is most likely done by the visitor. If you look at all the parts that have been added, they do have his emblem or logo on them, so you do know it's been done by him. And it's also been customised in the same way that was shown in the week 8 loading screen, which I talked about in my previous video. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out, because that is key to this part of the video that I'm talking about now. But the rocket has completely changed, and it's exactly how he had it. You've got all these boosters on the side of the rocket, all these pipes going everywhere, and the different cone on the top of it. So by the looks of it, it looks like he is ready to go, and it's ready to be launched anytime soon. Another thing that's changed is that all around the villain's lair, which is where the rocket is found just next to Snobby Shores, there's red flashing alarm lights everywhere, so this also points towards the theory of the rocket taking off when the countdown finishes. Also, every half an hour a siren will sound from that base. You can hear it pretty much all around the map, but if you're there it is really loud, so you can hear it really clearly if you want to go and check that out. But you can pretty much hear it all around the map, so if you have been hearing it whilst you've been playing, that is where it's coming from, and that's why it's there. Another thing which is pointing towards it taking off very soon, most likely tomorrow. And the final big change is that the floor projector right next to the rocket has changed what it's displaying. Instead of displaying the diagram for the rocket, it's now showing the countdown which is shown on the TVs all around the map. So when you are there, there is also a countdown showing when it will take off, so it is pretty much confirmed it is taking off tomorrow. Something else that's really interesting is that when you try and build around the rocket now, you can't. It won't let you place any pieces which will pass through the rocket. Before, when you were redeeming some of those bonus stars, one of them was on a beam right next to the rocket. I don't know how you're going to get to this anymore, because now you can't place a piece anywhere that would touch the rocket, and this also points towards it being a moving piece, and hopefully this will be something you can actually see in game. You can see it take off and destroy wherever it's going to land. There's rumours that it's going to land at Moisty. I really do hope it does land there, and I think that might be why they are sending all the players over towards Moisty to get those chests, to draw some sort of attention to the location before they do blow it up. I hope that the rocket taking off isn't a one-time thing. Hope it isn't that you have to be there bang on the time in a game ready to see it take off, otherwise you're going to completely miss it. Hope there is a few hours where you can see it take off inside of your game, because I obviously want to be there. I want to see it take off, see where it lands, whether it actually destroys anywhere or whether it just takes off. I want to be there to record it so I can put it in a video tomorrow for you, but there's obviously always a chance that I could die just before it takes off, and I might miss it and have to use someone else's footage. I wouldn't be able to see it myself to record whatever I wanted. I hope, even though it will ruin the realism of it a little bit, that everybody will have the opportunity to see it no matter when they play inside of that day. But let me know what you think about all these changes in the comments down below. Do you think it's really going to take off in-game, or do you think it's going to be something which will just change in an update? And if you think it will take off during a game, do you think it's just going to fly into space to take the visitor home? Or do you think it's going to crash land somewhere and destroy part of the map? If you do think it is going to destroy somewhere, let me know where you'd like it to be and where you actually think it will land. But as always, if you did enjoy this video, please make sure you leave it a like. If you're new here, make sure you are subscribing for more Fortnite news and tutorials every single week. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.